two things before we're going to get into the subject of the policy of your organization, because it's a major driver in scaling, is that before you get into this subject of looking at what the policy or agreements are inside your company, you really need to codify and identify for yourself what is the standard technology of your delivery. Okay, now I'm talking about I'm talking about the patient therapist experience and those outcomes, but you really need to standardize that aspect of it, because that isn't something that a consultant is going to do for you. They can help guide you on how to do that, but they will never tell you what the standard of care needs to be. I'm going back in with Bert right now. I gave my own example, and some of you guys know I live in Tennessee and I go back and forth to Kansas where my practices are, where my clinics are. But I brought him out to Tennessee in the fall, and we're still working on this project to codify or identify. I'm having him look, I'm just giving you a real example, at the times when he observes things being delivered in a non-standard way from his viewpoint as the VP of operations, because I turned over that hat to him a long time ago and said, look, you now are responsible for all the technical delivery of this organization. You are the number one PT. You emulate, what I had done clinically, and you do such a great job. And now he needs to go back and clean up the deviations from those things that are written. But as technology has changed with EMR systems and how those things are expressed, and I tend to, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but I think, sometimes people come in, some people are a little crazy, a little crazier than things used to be. There's a lot going on in the environment. I think after 2020, some things changed with people's reactions to things. And I don't want to have that be a total generality for you guys, but, for sure, for a couple of years there, you definitely needed to handle the public individual differently. And I think, now we've got some economic challenges that make it really interesting to get compliance with a full plan of care, at least in the adult sector, based upon, one of the 5 reasons that I found that people tend to not complete their full plan of care, which is, true financial stress. There's 4 others, another seminar on that maybe later, but I found that there's 5 main things that cause people. And if you don't put in standard ways in which you want the public handled and delivered to, and as far as outcomes, it's really, really tough to scale. Like I said, it's just knowing what cup of coffee you're going to get at Starbucks. I'm not personally a Starbucks fan of the coffee itself, because I don't drink foo-foo drinks. I just drink, straight black coffee. There's a lot better coffees out there. But, when I'm on the road and I can't find anything else, I do seek other kind of coffee shops first, but at least I know what I'm going to get there, every time. It's not a bad cup of coffee. It's just not a cup of coffee that I like. But, they have standardized. It is going to be the same at every store. And then the second part is to standardize, before you write policy, is to have some standardized administrative systems. I believe, and I'm totally biased, that I think, Survival Strategies has got, the best thing going out there in regards to assisting any practice owner and their administrative team with how to standardize their administrative systems, in those systems in HR, hiring and retention, your overall company policy for sure, but billing, collections, and PR and marketing, and of course, referral relations, which is where we started. It was our genesis, and there's some very standard things that have to stay in, no matter who's doing it, in your company, in order to make it work.